Imagine in the blink of an eye, 7 billion people simply vanish, no screams, no warnings, just an abrupt, terrifying silence. Time doesn't stop, but the world we built starts to break. Right now, at minute 0, the final pulse of humanity begins to fade. Minute 5 high above, autopilot systems are screaming without a pilot's touch. Hundreds of planes begin to drift. Within minutes, gravity wins. Minute 15 on the ground, it's a mechanical massacre. Cars traveling at 60 miles per hour suddenly become unguided missiles, smashing into storefronts and each other. Minute 30 inside your home, the ghosts of technology linger. Your smart TV is still playing a sitcom to an empty couch. Alexa is waiting for a command that will never come. Minute 60, the silence is heavy now. The only sound left is the ticking of cooling engines and the hiss of broken water mains. The world is still on, but nobody is home. To the golden age of electricity is fading. Coal power plants are the first to die. Without human hands to shovel fuel, the furnaces grow cold. One by one, the lights go out. Tokyo, London, New York. An ocean of darkness washes over the continents, visible even from the silent satellites above. R12 beneath the streets, a hidden war begins. Modern cities like London and New York rely on electric pumps to keep groundwater out of their subways. Without power, the pumps fail. Thousands of miles of tunnels begin to drown. The veins of our civilization are filling with dark, cold water. R20 for at the edge of cities. Nuclear power plants shift to survival mode. Emergency diesel generators kick in to keep the cooling systems running. R48, the fuel runs dry. The generators cough and die inside the cores. The temperature begins to rise. A silent, invisible danger is brewing. Day 3, the silence in the suburbs is broken by a haunting chorus. Millions of dogs trapped behind locked doors begin to howl in hunger and confusion. For those that escape, the transition is brutal. The pampered lapdogs are the first to fall. Only the strongest, driven by ancient instincts, will survive the first week. Day 10 in the massive industrial farms. The tragedy is silent. Billions of livestock, trapped in cages, succumb to thirst. The very systems designed to feed us become tombs. Month 1, the invisible monsters wake up without cooling. The spent fuel rods at nuclear plants heat up, causing steam explosions that scatter radiation. Month 2, nature is no longer waiting at the gates. It's inside. Domestic cats. Now apex predators of the living room begin to hunt the birds and rodents reclaiming our ruins. Month 3, the boundary between city and wild vanishes. Packs of former pets roam the streets, not as companions, but as wolves in a concrete forest. The first winter without humans is a silent executioner in the northern cities. The heating is gone. Water inside pipes freezes, expands, and shatters the heart of our homes. The thaw when spring arrives, the frozen world melts, but there's no one to fix the leaks. Millions of gallons of water pour through ceilings, rotting wood and triggering a massive invasion of mold. The urban prairie dust and seeds carried by the wind find a home in the cracks of the asphalt. By summer, New York's Broadway starts to look like a green meadow. The concrete is losing. The wildfire without firefighters. Lightning strikes are no longer just a spectacle. They are a death sentence. Suburban neighborhoods, once carefully manicured, turn into tinder boxes. 1 year anniversary 1 year in, the air is cleaner than it's been in centuries. The roar of engines has been replaced by the rustle of leaves and the calls of predators. Year 10, the skyline is changing, without maintenance. The glass curtains of skyscrapers begin to fail. Windows shatter from thermal stress, falling like crystal rain onto the forest floor below. Year 25 roots are the new jackhammers. Trees like the London plane or the weeping willow wrap their limbs around monuments. cracking stone and marble with slow, relentless pressure. Year 50 cities are breathing again, but through lawns of green, roof gardens, once a luxury, have overgrown into massive hanging forests. The weight of wet soil and trees begins to collapse upper floors. Year 75, the great cities of the coast are losing their battle without sea walls and drainage. Miami, Amsterdam, and Venice are reclaimed by the tides. They are the new coral reefs of the world. Year 100, 1 century later, the world is unrecognizable. The human era is now just a layer of rubble hidden under a thick, vibrant canopy of oak and pine. Nature has won. Year 200, the age of iron is ending. Without the constant ritual of painting and maintenance, the great bridges begin to surrender. Corrosion eats through the heart of the Golden Gate. Year 300, in Paris, the Eiffel Tower, once a symbol of industrial pride, is now a skeleton of rust. Gravity finally wins. The Iron Lady falls, reclaimed by the soil of France. Year 500, the skyscrapers are no longer towers, they are jagged stumps. Concrete carbonization causes the steel rebar inside to expand and shatter the stone from within. Our monoliths are exploding in slow motion. Year 800, the oceans have completed their invasion. Most coastal cities are now underwater canyons. Fish swim through the lobbies of Wall Street, and coral grows on the remains of the Statue of Liberty. Year 1001, millennium, almost every trace of our digital, plastic, and steel world is gone. The Earth has scrubbed its surface nearly clean, only the echo of our silence remains. Year 10,000, time is a relentless eraser. Even our most enduring plastics have finally broken down into microscopic dust. Buried under layers of sediment, the Earth's skin is healing. Year 20,000, the Great Pyramids and Mount Rushmore are the last ghosts. Wind and sand have blurred the faces of presidents and pharaohs into unrecognizable stone, returning them to the mountains they once were. Year 50,000, a new ice age arrives. Massive glaciers, miles thick, grind across the northern hemisphere like slow-motion bulldozers, crushing what's left of London, Berlin, and Chicago into fine powder. Year 80,000, deep underground. Our only surviving legacy is dangerous. The concrete bunkers of nuclear waste facilities finally crack, leaking isotopes into the deep earth, a radioactive scar that will last for eons. Year 100,000, the atmosphere has completely reset. CO2 levels have returned to pre-industrial norms. The Earth is a vibrant, wild, and savage garden. It's as if we were never here at all. 1 million years, Earth is a stranger now. New species have evolved to fill the void we left behind. Perhaps a new intelligent primate is starting to sharpen its first stone tool. But look closer at the soil. A thin, strange layer of sediment marks our time. A techno-fossil layer, microscopic bits of glass, titanium, and synthetic chemicals that shouldn't exist in nature. On the moon, our footprints remain, with no wind and no rain. The boots of Apollo astronauts sit in the lunar dust, the only monuments of a race that dared to touch the stars. We were not the masters of Earth. We were just its tenants. The planet didn't need us to survive. It only needed us to remember that we were home.
I am Lee, and this is the world after us.
If you're still here to watch this, maybe there's still time to change the ending. Did you know?